been a pretty special morning for us because we've never spent any time on any episode of Barn Find Hunter around cars of this era.
So this is a 2001 Honda Prelude Type SH.
Yep.
There's only 241 left in the United States. The rest have been crashed, bashed, and left to rust.
I feel very fortunate to have been kind of brought into this family. It's such a great thing to have your kids involved in the same interests that you have. You don't see that very much in the car world. Before muscle cars were around, you had to build your own muscle car. So you took a low performance car and made it high performance with camshafts and headers and carburetors. Now people are building hot rods out of cars from, say, Japan or Germany, taking low performance cars and shipping them and modifying them to ways I never even thought of. They don't have to go inside the motor. They just have to plug things in. It's pretty cool. Different cars, different tastes. Not everybody has the same passion for the same car, but lots of people have passions for cars in general. We're gonna go check out some people now that have a different taste in cars than I usually have. That's what I'm talking about. I know nothing about this world of hot rodding. I'm into the traditional hot rods. I connected with this guy named Sergio. He's kind of informed me about what this world is all about and how these guys find their cars and how they soup them up and whatever. So Sergio, thanks so much for being my catalyst to put together this whole thing.
My pleasure.
So tell me about you. You're 19 years old.
I am 19 years old.
And you go to college?
I am currently in college, and the car stuff is my life. You know, I wake up, first thing I think about is my car and then breakfast.
You want to make cars your livelihood somehow, your career?
I would love to. I'm actually part of the Honda Pack program for my college. So I'm going to be working for Honda very soon.
Oh, that's great. So this is your Honda?
Yes, this is a 2001 Honda Prelude Type SH.
Yep.
There's only 241 left in the United States. The rest have been crashed, bashed, and left to rust.
Is that a VTEC?
It is a VTEC engine, actually.
Is it a manual gearbox?
Yes, it's a 5-speed. Let me show you guys. It's a VTEC engine. It's a H22A4, and I'm currently just trying to make it look pretty before I push some actual power on it.
What do you figure the horsepower is stock?
From factory, it came with 205, 220. So this is the red top. This engine was made in Japan, and it was brought over to the United States to be sold. There is a different version of the H22 that's also red top, but basically the biggest difference is higher compression.
How did you find this car? How did you come across it?
So funny story is I was very anxious when I was 16. I was looking for a car like day and night, and my friend told me, don't go looking for the car will find you. And funny enough, I was at Costco, the wholesale store, and this car literally drove past me, and I followed it with my eyes until, you know, it parked. And I asked him, is it for sale? He said, maybe. No
kidding. So what like the horsepower, when you get this turbo on there or whatever, what do you think the horsepower could become?
I'm aiming for 300, but I'm probably gonna stick to 250 until I'm out of college. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. If you could introduce us to some of your other friends here.
Yeah.
And we'll work our way around.
Awesome. Mr. Julio.
The second person that we're going to meet is Julio, so thank you so much for bringing it out.
My first baby is at home. This is my second baby. This is my newest one.
Tell me how you bought this car. How did you find it? What condition was it in?
The car was black. It has high mileage.
Like how many?
288,000 miles.
Original motor?
Original motor, original trans.
Where'd you find it? In Charlotte?
I found it in, yes, about an hour east from here.
No kidding.
Yes.
Pretty good shape, body-wise?
Yes, body-wise, it was very good shape, just a little bit dents and stuff. So I convinced my wife that since I already had a Lexus IS300, I convinced my wife that I needed a daily.
Was that a challenge?
Yeah. So I ended up buying this car as a daily, and one weekend I was out with it, and somebody backed into it on the quarter panel. I had it fixed, right? And then I asked the shop how much they're gonna charge me to repaint it because it was black, and I wanted it blue. and they were charging me $5,000. So I took the challenge and I bought all the equipment, I bought everything, the paint and everything, and I painted in the garage.
You painted this?
I painted that myself in the garage.
Man. With all the equipment you bought, did you come out less than 5,000?
Yes, well, I already had the compressor. The only thing I needed to buy is another gun, which is a $150 gun, and the paint. Yeah, so everything, I spent like $700 and everything. And look, I mean, people don't believe it, but yes, I have proof, I have pictures.
I hear your wife is into these too.
Yes, in 2013, I bought my first IS300 and I took it home. My wife drove it. Game changer.
Done.
She's like, I'm having one of these.
All right, so let's introduce her. All right, so your name is?
Jennifer.
Jennifer. Tom Cotter, how are you?
Very well, thank you. Nice to meet you.
So did it take much convincing for him to say I need a new daily driver?
He had to convince me because he already had a car, plus we have a Suburban at home, so I'm like, why do you need another car? But I know that's his passion, so I was like, yeah, just do it.
Yep,
I mean, so why not?
So he got this car and suddenly it's your car.
So I ended up buying another one. So he still has his car.
Oh,
so
okay.
I was like, I'm in love with it. I want one just like it. So we ended up getting a different color, and then obviously mine is automatic and his is manual because I'm the only one in my family that doesn't know how to drive a manual vehicle.
Kids, you need to change that pretty quick here, okay?
We tried. We tried. She stalled a couple times. She called it quits.
I called it quits. I don't like to be stalling, so I gave up. So I'll stick with my automatic.
So I see Cuba on here.
Correct, yes.
So that's your roots from Cuba?
Yes, my whole family is from Cuba. I am the first generation American in my family. Yeah, so my family came to the United States in the 80s, and I was born in 85, so.
So this is your car, it's automatic. What kind of shape was it when you got it?
It's pretty much the same shape that you see it now. We've done a couple little things. We got new wheels for it. We got new headlights. I got a new radio for it. I do want to do a whole lot to it. I want to eventually get the TRD bumper, but for now we're going to get a lip for it, and I want airbags. That's my wish. So, I mean, he has another car, so maybe
cool
one day I'll
family.
get airbags.
You guys got a neat mom, I got to tell you that.
Yeah.
Wow, cool. And so, and this is carried on to the kids too. The kids are also into this. So mom got one, dad's got one, sons got cars, daughter got cars.
Yep.
And some of those are here. So let's see who's next. Who do you want to introduce us to next?
Let's go from the oldest to youngest.
Okay. Your name is?
Julio.
Julio. Oh, Junior. Okay. And so let's see your car. So how long have you had yours?
I'd probably say 6-7 months.
And that's another IS300. Okay. And is this a manual?
Yes, sir.
Oh, look at that. 6-speed. And straight 6.
Yep.
Is this turboed or anything?
No, so these are the 2JZ's GE, a very famous motor that came in the Mark IV Supra. These are just non-turboed. That is the plan though.
So how did you find this car?
So we found this on Facebook Marketplace. A guy had it for a really good price, and same day I was off that day, and and everybody was messaging him, why are you selling it for so cheap? Why are you selling it for so cheap? Why are you selling it for cheap? I said, I'll show up right now with my cash in hand. He was 3 hours away over in Raleigh area, and I had the cash in my hand. I told him, I'm coming right now.
Were you able to drive it home?
And we drove it right home.
It was in good shape body-wise?
Body-wise, it has a little bit of rust and stuff. Gonna get that fixed. Other than that, it's dents and stuff.
Did you paint it or it came painted?
No, this is a wrap. It's a great color.
That's a wrap.
Yeah.
So are you a student? Do you have a job? What do you do?
I graduated already, high school. I work at a shop. I work on cars.
A car shop?
Yep.
Is that what you want to, that's your deal?
Definitely. I love working on cars.
So will you do the turbo work on here yourself?
I'm gonna do it myself. I'm gonna take the motor apart myself. Even if I mess up, I don't care, I wanna learn.
Wow, very cool.
Yep.
So what have you done? Lowered the suspension?
Okay, so I lowered it, I put wheels, painted the calipers. It's got the whole body kit around it. It's got visors. The whole interior is redone. The guy I bought it from did the whole rear interior. I just did the dash on it. It's got a full exhaust. It's got a sound system and stuff like that. Just normal things.
Now tell me about the wheels. I mean, you don't see this often where the rim comes out further than the tire.
So
what's that about?
is called a stretch, and it's not really bad compared to what other people do. I mean, I still got a lot of tire for the size wheel. They're actually the same size wheel on the front and the rear, just different size tire.
Got it. And so what you're doing, you're taking a tire supposed to be mounted on this size rim and you're stretching it out to that size rim. Okay, I got it.
Yep.
And the purpose for that is?
So it sits flush with the fender.
Got it.
Yep.
Got it, okay. Huh.
Because I actually had the same tires on both in the front and I wasn't able to go as low as I wanted to.
Yeah, I get it.
So I had to go with that.
So do you have like sway bars on here and Coney shocks and all that kind of
So I have CX Racing coilovers, but I plan on going all aftermarket suspension so I can get the alignment right where I want it.
Man, that's cool. Yep. So Julio, who's next?
So the next one is my middle son, and he unfortunately he didn't bring his car because he wanted to bring his younger sister's car.
Isn't that nice?
Here.
And that's the younger sister.
Yes.
Okay.
Mr. Carter, what color is it?
All right, I'll tell you.
That's a question I ask everybody. Cause
Yeah.
What color is it? You can say pink.
No, it's not.
You can say pink.
It's hallucinogenic grape. All right, so who am I meeting here?
Jonathan.
Jonathan, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Jasmine. Nice to meet you.
Jazz?
Jasmine.
Jasmine, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Everybody have a J?
All
Yes,
of us are JPs.
we're all JP.
JP.
Wow.
That was intentional.
This is your car.
Yes.
Can you tell me about your car?
Yes, I can.
Okay, well, so what year is this one?
This is a 1996 Honda Civic DX Coupe.
And how long have you had this?
I've had this for, I'll say like a year? I'll say like a year.
You'll be old enough to drive it on your own when?
In October, when I get my license.
Yep. So you dig, I mean, your whole family's like nuts about this.
Yeah.
I love this. So where did you find this car?
I found this on Facebook Marketplace. It was for $2,500.
And it's got a manual transmission.
Yep, it's manual. I made that my goal to at least learn that.
And you did?
Yeah, I'm working on it. Oh, wow. All I need is practice. Yeah.
So what are your plans for this?
Plans, well, my dad painted his EM1, so he wants to paint this one, and
What color?
red, same color.
Red, okay.
The main thing that attracted me to this car was the color, so I definitely wanted to keep that.
And have you gotten dirty working on it yourself, like slamming it down and stuff?
Yeah, the most recent thing that I did was put spacers on it to make the wheels stick out more, but besides that, other things I've been learning how to do it, so I basically watch my brothers and dad work on cars.
Interior, you gotta keep it to stock, or do you think you'll go do that eventually? Or
the one thing I want to do is replace first the radio, how it's like the radio's very small, and we bought the pieces to like get a radio like my dad's, where it has like a bigger radio, and then eventually I want to put subs in it, so to sound better with music.
Was this a local car, Charlotte based car?
Yes, I got it here.
Yeah, okay. Huh. So we've seen Jonathan's dad's car, mom's car, brother's car, sister's car. He actually drove his sister's car here because she's not old enough to drive yet. But he ran back and got his car and brought it over here. So thanks so much for putting in the extra effort, man. So what do you have here?
All right, so this is a 2010 Scion TC. I've done a few things to it. She's still kind of a work in progress. Obviously, you can see the wheels. You can probably see the stickers in the back. That's actually a pretty controversial thing.
Broken heart?
Yeah, kind of broken hearts. People think it means something. It really doesn't. People are like, oh, is that how many times you got your heart broken? No, I think it just looks nice, and a lot of people do not like it. I'm pretty sure I got keyed on the other side. Yeah, that's just, I don't know. Just people are just haters. They just don't like my car. I don't know for a specific reason. But yeah, she's actually in progress. I'm getting her ready to be wrapped.
And what color?
It's kind of gonna be like my dad's Civic, a little bit lighter, a light blue, baby blue.
Wow.
Yeah.
So is this is a 2010? It's a manual transmission?
Yes, sir.
Is that hard to find?
No, actually these cars are a lot easier to find than the Lexuses and Civics.
Yeah.
These are pretty
What
cool.
shape was it when you got it? I mean, if that's the paint on there, that's pretty good shape.
I mean, it had a few pieces of rust on it I had to fix up. That's what those pieces of like primer stuff
right
had.
here, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
but yeah, it was actually in pretty good condition when I got it.
Is the motor stock?
Yes, everything on engine one is completely stock.
And the suspension you've lowered it?
Yeah, I actually have
Coilovers?
Yep, CX Racing coilovers. I upgraded the sound system.
Let's see that.
I'm running a 2 amp setup. There we go. Yep. 212s running on a 1,000-watt amp.
Yep.
I actually got this on Facebook Marketplace, and a guy, when he was in his high school, he had another Scion TC, and he made this out of fiberglass, custom made.
You mean under this is all custom made?
That is all. This is all custom. So
wow.
you can't buy this anywhere. So yeah. But yeah, he gave it to me $500, and he said he was just happy to see it in another Scion. I also went ahead and gutted the entire interior, sound deadened the entire interior, and put it back together. That took me like a week or so to do. That was a pain, but I got it
Does your
done.
dad help you? Your brother help you when you work on this? Yeah, all help each other?
Yeah, no, we kind of help each other. I helped my sister. I helped her put on her lip and her the new wing she got.
Yeah.
My dad, he knows a lot more about the sound stuff. I don't know if he told you, but in his Corolla that he owned in Miami when he first started.
He showed me a picture. Yeah.
Yeah. He won several bass competitions and all that stuff, and he knows how to wire all the speakers and stuff. So he helped me with most of it. But eventually, I'm planning on getting stronger ones just to blow my ears out. Yeah, you know.
Well, man, thank you so much.
Yeah, of course.
Honestly, it's been a pleasure, and I really appreciate the extra effort.
Yeah, of course.
So I feel very fortunate to have been kind of brought into this family. It's such a great thing to have your kids involved in the same interests that you have. You don't see that very much in the car world, and I think this is a pretty special relationship that you guys have. You've got great cars. Thanks so much for taking part of your day to allow us to interview you. So thanks so much.